January the 1st, 2021, here in Salem, Indiana. And we're looking at a Vimana airship in Afghanistan. You can see it right here, outlined. Let me flip this around. Whoo, my goodness, you all, hello. This is so exciting. It really is. When you delve into history, hidden history that we're really not supposed to be talking about, although it's public, you find all kinds of interesting things. Hello, that's live, but not as we know it. Hello, hello. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so an anti-gravity appears to have been around for thousands of years, around 12,000 of years, even longer than that. Hello. UFOs have been here on the earth. In ancient times. They're not just now coming down, okay? They're not. Yeah. Hello, in Dublin. Hello. So let's just look at this. I'm glad you found it too. This is new for me, but yeah, this is a Vimana ET airship in Afghanistan. I'm looking at this website. And what is interesting about this, if you haven't heard about these airships, okay, back in ancient, okay, look at this. This is kind of what it looked like. This is a Dr. Prasad right here. They've done a design of what the airships looked like back in around 12,000 years ago. Okay, this is actual. This is what they look like, because in their writings there was an Indian emperor, Ashoka. He started a secret society of the 9 unknown men. And these men were great Indian scientists, you know, India, Pakistan, all that area right there. And they found a whole lot of manuscripts and stuff. And some of the language was in Sanskrit. So they each wrote a book on what they found. It was called, the book was The Secrets of Gravitation, and this is back from years and years ago, because the ancient Indians was around during the time of Atlantis, and the Atlanteans, they had their spaceships, the Indians had their spaceships. They had anti-gravity, and they had ships that looked like cities up in the sky. And there's so much writing on it, it says. They had flying machines. They were anti-gravitational, based upon a systems of analogs to that of a lagima, the power of the ego. They say that you can levitate. Your own body could levitate. But yeah, there's stuff that we don't know about, that we have forgotten because it was purposely hidden from us. So if you're just tuning in, there's cigar ships. They say, look at this. So I'll put the link here. It says, I'm talking about this one Vimana. The ancient Indian epic describes a Vimana as a double-deck circular aircraft with portholes and a dome, much as we would imagine a flying saucer. So that would look like, where do I got that? Is it right here? Yeah. That is there. They fly around in that, you all. This is real. This is not a joke. It's not a joke. Okay, there's too much written about it in their history. Okay, there is. Oh my gosh. So what was I going to say about it? So yeah, I'm going to put the link here so you all could see. They didn't want Hitler to find out about it, but I think he did find out about it in the 30s. He started, Hitler and the Nazi staffs were exceptionally interested in ancient India and Tibet, and they sent expeditions to both these places yearly, starting in the 30s, in order to gather esoteric evidence that they did so. And perhaps it was from these people that the Nazis gained some of their scientific information. They went there. Okay, so look, the Adrona and the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, one Vimana described was shaped like a sphere and bore a great speed on a mighty wind generated by Mercury. It moved like a UFO going up and down and backwards and forwards. So these things, and they could fly super, super fast. And look at, we're talking about, and they were found in caves in the Turkestan, Gobi deserts, and devices of hemispherical objects of glass and porcelain with some mercury in it. These ships are all over the place. So anyway, what was interesting about this? Hello. What was interesting about this, like this, it said 5 world leaders visited this in Afghanistan. Whoa, Gina. Yeah, 5 world leaders visited that dome-like thing in Afghanistan. 5 of them. They made a special trip to Afghanistan to see it. Look at some of the other pictures. So, and we had troops there too. You know, we had some troops. We had 8 soldiers that literally disappeared when they were removing a 5,000-year-old flying machine from an Afghanistan a cave. So this is not make-believe. None of this is make-believe. These are real flying saucers, and these were been around for 12,000 years. I think our history has been rewritten 6,000 years ago. They cut it off right there. They say the Bible is 6,000 years old. That's all the history you get from the whatever, all of that. Something like that. Our history only goes like that. You know, they're not being truthful with this. They're not. So 5 leaders visited that. We're going to see it. We're going to see those 5 leaders who visited it. Look at this. It says, did 5 leaders visit a cave containing an airship in Afghanistan? Yes, they did. In 2013, there was 15 reportable news outlets linked below. President Obama, Prime Minister Cameron, or President Sarkozy, Angela Merkel. They traveled to Afghanistan in quick succession in December of 2010. And New Zealand also made it. You trying to tell me that they made a special trip to Afghanistan to see that Vimana? Yes, I am. They made a special trip. Look at this. So it says on the 15th of January, the Afghanistan minister Dushanbe, I can't say the name right, admits that there's life on other planets. In May of 2010, New Zealand Prime Minister John Key, he kept his trip secret until 2015. On the 3rd of December, President Obama, he went. 7th of December, British Prime Minister David Cameron went. 8th December, French President Nicolas Sarkozy went. 18th of December, German Chancellor Angela Merkel went. They visited a cave that contained an ancient flying machine. It would be an enormous 6-story high thing. Look at this. Are you all seeing this? Why didn't we hear about that? Why wasn't that in our news? Why wasn't it in our news? I'm telling you what, the Middle East is so rich in history, a lot of history, and no wonder there's so many wars going on over there. No wonder all these countries of the world who are not have their countries over there, they got to have their hand in everything that goes on in the Middle East because it's historically rich in cultures. It is, and this is like, yeah, and guess what? Stephen Hawking said on the 26th of April in 2010, he said, do not make contact with extraterrestrials, he said. Yeah. So even the Pope knew about this, you all. Yes. Hit that thumbs up, people. Yes, hit the thumbs up, you know, because you know you could. There's news articles in here. Oh my gosh, they had to look. They had to cut out of a Middle East trade to attend funerals of 3 airmen last week who lost their life by visiting troops in Afghanistan. They probably lost their life going into those caves, you all. Look at that. So President Obama went there. This is when he went. President Obama. Let's open you up in another tab, President Obama. Where are you at? You had to go to Afghanistan. Boom, let's see you. What you doing in there, Mr. President? We want to see you. And I don't want to look at that. I want to see President Obama in Afghanistan. I really do. Let me do this because this is important. If they had to go there, they knew about UFOs. They heard all about it. I'm sure it was a surprise trip.
Surprise visit to Afghanistan. I'm going to show you some video here of the president arriving to Afghanistan. I'm going to show you some video. Obama has made a surprise visit to Afghanistan. I'm going to show you some video here of the president arriving at Bagram Air Base earlier this morning. The Associated Press reporting that the president arrives in Afghanistan 1 year after widening an ever deadlier war just days before a pivotal review about the 9-year-plus conflict there with General David Petraeus. AP says that plans for a face-to-face meeting with President Karzai of Afghanistan were scrapped at the last minute, and apparently that was to be done by video phone. President Obama is set to speak to troops at Bagram Air Base shortly, and we're going to show that to you on our companion network C-SPAN live.
So he made a surprise visit to see this out of the blue, a surprise visit to see this thing right there. President Obama. Yeah. So that's interesting, you all. I really do think that's very, very interesting. So that's him right there. Yeah, so he was caught going. There's some more pictures of him, and I'm not going there. I'm not going to go in this one thing. It tells me to open up something. Whoa. So look, this is the list of presidents who have went to Afghanistan since 1950. Why have they been going there? They've been going there, look, since 1959. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Well, I thought he was going to say something about the UFOs. Didn't you all think he was going to say something about the UFOs? I bet that he saw the UFOs too. George Bush, well, he's went there several times. I guess that's George Bush Sr. Obama went March and December, and then he went to Kabul, and there, he's made a lot of trips. Trump went one time in 2019. So they've all went to Afghanistan. I'm sure they all got to see that Vimana. This is real. This Vimana, it's a UFO. They had all kinds of them.